What's up, everybody? Welcome into this new episode of the Rapala We Are Collegiate Bass Podcast. This week, announcing the latest results, updated point standings for the Bass Pro Shop School of the Year presented by Abu Garcia. You can find those on our website at collegiatebasschampionship.com. Big movement towards the top. First place, new team taking over that top spot is Carson-Newman University. Those will be our special guests on the show today. Team members Cason Price, Vaulton, and Jacob Deel joining us here on this episode. Let's just jump right into it. Cason, man, first place, I believe last year at some point during that season, y'all were in that number one spot, and it was the first time in the history of the program y'all had been there. Back-to-back third place finishes, I believe, program best each of the last two seasons. To be in first place this early in a campaign, what does that mean for the team?
It's a big deal. I think the team is really mixing all together, just at school and everything, and we're all mixing the tournaments and being very well communicated, and everybody's sharing information very well. And I think that's one of our biggest deals on our team.
It takes that for sure. It's a year-long race. Each step of the way, each points earning opportunity, very crucial to be able at the end of the season to remain in that top spot or be in the top spot, ranked number one to claim the title. Joe, for you and Jacob just finished off the highest finishing boat for Carson-Newman at the Sam Rayburn event. MLF College Series took place there just last week, at which Carson-Newman earned just over 2,000 points, which has propelled y'all into this first place spot. That finish there at Sam Rayburn, 22nd highest finishing boat, with your top two both being inside the top 25. Talk about what that meant last week. You know, yourself, I believe, in your first year or so there with the team to contribute early on and often here, as y'all did at Kentucky Lake for the ACA as well. We'll talk about that in a little bit also, but being up there, competing well, doing well, and being one of those points-earning boats at one of the first events of the season that propels y'all into first place. Joe, talk about the importance of that for you.
It was really important for me because it was like my first two college tournaments. Me and Bill did pretty good in them. That Sam Rayburn tournament, it was cool being the top finishing team for Carson-Newman, with it being like my first actual real college tournament. It was just good to get a good finish under and just qualify for the 92 was good.
Jacob, similar question for you, going out there knowing what's on the line, being able to contribute, as we talked, Cason said it there, to get off to a hot start, and it's something that is going to take 12 months to get to be able to contribute early and get your name on the board for the team and help towards that overall goal, as y'all were the highest finishing group for Carson-Newman at Sam Rayburn, as we said. Talk a little bit about what that meant for you as well here early.
Well, it really meant a lot, and went to Joe after the weigh-in, we did do good this tournament, but in a long run, we saw what happened last year with the points, and we were standing higher than third place, and it's just in all the whole points race. It's a big marathon, and we really try to focus as a team, and we're a really young team this year, and I think the way we're working together and the knowledge that everyone brings together as a competitive group is honestly different than any year before us, and I think it's really awesome seeing our team work, and it just means a lot to already be that first place spot, and maybe we can keep putting points up there.
So far this season, several major double points events across MLF and the Association of Collegiate Anglers here with the Bass Pro Shops Collegiate Bass Fishing Series. Also, Bassmaster College Series National Championship. So some good points already on the board with a whole lot of the season left to go. Cason, real quick, in the month of September, that puts you guys right around 3,500 points, give or take. So the two major tournaments, you earned 3,340 at the Bass Pro Shops Big Bass Bash presented by Berkeley, and 2,070 at MLF College Series on Sam Rayburn. To have two really solid finishes there, we've kind of hit on it already, talking about the hot early start. Just kind of talk a little to maybe expand some more on your first answer as well, as you talked about the team working together, but the mentality, the mindset that maybe coach is preaching to y'all, just kind of how did all that come to fruition in the month of September to get y'all in this position?
I think obviously we were third place last year, and that kind of put a huge chip on everybody's shoulder, because we obviously want we want to win School of the Year, and that's our number one goal. And this year we all showed up ready to work, and we lost a lot of talent this past year, losing Hayden Gaddis and them. But the freshmen that we brought in are strong as U.S. Steel. We've got some really good freshmen coming in, and everybody's grinding. Everybody's is extremely hungry to get after it every day. And it's been really fun to watch everybody come together and grind.
Joe, you're one of those anglers yourself, I believe. Also contributed a points earning fish, if I remember correctly, at the Bass Pro Shops Big Bass Bash presented by Berkeley. If not a points earning fish, it's definitely a very good fish that was up towards the top of the standings. For you, we've talked about the team and their hot start for getting your feet wet in college, coming out and making a name for yourself in a group with established anglers that has a lot of national notoriety. What does it mean these first couple weeks of this fall semester in terms of your competition and success out on the water?
It means a lot because it's just cool competing with all the college guys, looking up to all these guys on my high school career, and just finally getting here and finally get to compete with them is really fun. And then just learning from the team has been a whole lot of fun. Like, we work together really, really good, and I can't even explain how much I've already learned from these guys.
Getting out there each and every week, competing like you guys are, different places. It was Kentucky Lake 1 week, and then the next you're down in Texas. Definitely going to have a lot to learn as you travel the country and see all these different places, also at different times of the year. Jacob, real quick, as we kind of wrap up the talk of this September so far, just kind of give your thoughts of how you feel like things have gone as we've had multiple major points earning opportunities this far. Are you kind of exceeding expectations, meeting what you were hoping to do, or were you hoping to do better as a team over the first couple months here so far?
Well, coming in last year when we fished Hartwell, we honestly didn't have the best finishes at Hartwell last year, and that was kind of a big deal for our team. And this year at Rayburn, we had better finishes, which led to us getting better points there. So honestly, like, that's already like a boost up from last year, and it gives the team like almost a little bit more confidence in whole. And this upcoming week, we leave here for Dardanelle soon, and that's also a big tournament for our team. And it's just, that's a good choice and like option, and we can make up some ground and cover some more points there, hopefully.
Cason, you're an angler that's been there for a little while now at Carson-Newman. A team, as we've chronicled, has had success in that Bass Pro Shop School of the Year presented by Abu Garcia. Multiple top 5 finishes over the last several years, selected in the ACA preseason poll in the top 5 year after year. In your time at school, maybe give a little bit compare contrast so far, this group of anglers that makes up this team that's going to compete through the 24-25 season. Is there anything special, different, something you've witnessed so far that makes this team stand out from ones you've been a part of in the past? Or maybe it's stuff that y'all have learned from everything before you and it's added up to build up to this. Kind of compare contrast this year's team to the ones you've been on in the past.
Well, really last year I was coming in as a freshman, and coming in as a freshman, you're kind of like looking up to all these guys, and I'm still looking up to like all the seniors now, but it's almost like I'm a lot closer with the guys than I was coming in. And this year I feel like we've all as the upperclassmen, we've all kind of gelled the freshmen into us as more of a bond, so we can all work together instead of having the younger guys like kind of on their own. And it's been a lot smoother sailing. And like I said before, we're all super hungry, and like we all want to win extremely bad, and like we're due for a win. And it's just I think that grind and that hunger is just it's time.
I might date myself a little bit, but it's more relevant now because the video game is back. NCAA football on any gaming system that you play. If y'all can tell me if you kind of understand what I'm talking about. It used to be a dynasty mode, and you could get on there and you could compete and you could build up a team and a program, and it'd be fun to, take a school and see how far you could get in a couple years. And part of that process is recruiting, and you had different options back then. I don't know how it is now. You could tell a football player that you're recruiting that you're going to give them so much playing time, or in their time here at school, we're going to win a national championship. Joe, you've seen the success that Carson-Newman has had, and obviously that's a legacy that you want to continue to carry on. Now that you're here early, the team is already ranked number 1 in your first month or two at school. What is it like to be able, you kind of said it a little earlier, to see all these guys you competed with and looked up to now be at that level, but also you knew where you were wanting to go to school. You committed to go to school there. You are now on the team, and that success is continuing in your time there. Talk a little bit about being able to be a part of that at a national level in your first couple months at school to have a little bit of taste of that success.
It's been really cool just starting off at a hot start like that. Just I feel like I'm starting one of my actual own dynasties, like in NCAA, like you were talking about. I think I'm pretty good at the game, but it's been really cool starting off like that. I mean, I couldn't ask for a better team to join, and then just starting out number 1 is just I just feel like we can finish it with how good the team is right now, and we can easily win School of the Year this year.
Jacob, similar question to kind of what I was asking Cason earlier. If there's anything you want to add to it, or maybe that sets your response apart a little bit from his, that, is there anything unique? Maybe the freshman class so far has shown to be a little bit stronger, something on this team that is specifically unique to it so far as compared to what you've seen from Carson-Newman in your time there already?
Well, I like to piggyback off a little bit what Cason said earlier. Our guys this year, I think we're hungrier than ever. Like we've got like a little bit like cold to us about like some other like people that were like third team, and it's just kind of like I feel like it's put our team in like almost like a feast. It's crazy to see, honestly. Like we're waking up at tournaments, like we're the first people to leave in the lot. Like I feel like we're the last people to load the boats up on the trailer. The group of guys that we're like sending to these tournaments are like easily probably one of the best groups of guys I've seen. It's just the competitiveness that they have, and like it's just like outstanding to see like the hunger that these people have for the sport on our team, and it's just the way we've actually come together and like how we help each other is just on another level. And like last year, just like learning a bunch of stuff from like the seniors, and it just like helped me out generally like about the sport in college and like how it is a big deal to our team, and the way like it's like kind of trickled down on us. It's really just been super beneficial to us, and it's super exciting, and I can't wait to look forward to like what the year has ahead of us.
We're going to wrap up the conversation here, give each y'all one more question, and we'll build upon that, what the rest of the year does have in store. Let's talk a little bit, Cason, here now. Going forward, each tournament, like we said, carries weight and significant weight. One missed fish in June can be the difference in second and first come May of the following year. So let's talk here. What does the strategy have to be for Carson-Newman each step of the way as we're off to an early start? Y'all are in first place. To be able to remain up there near the top or hold on to that top ranking, what's the strategy and game plan week to week, event to event for the next 6-8 months?
I think one main strategy is just keeping our stuff in check, like keeping the bolts tight and keeping like new line on and just keeping everything in check and just keeping the foot on the pedal. Really, like the grind can't stop at all. Like there's no letting up. Montevallo is way too good. UNA is way too good. And if we let up at all, like they'll pass us. And I think now we truly understand that because of last year, and it's just we know like what has to be done to keep the first place spot.
Joe, for yourself, like we've talked about multiple times here, you've had a good start. You've tasted the success early. What are you hoping to get out of the rest of your freshman year as a part of this team as it pertains to personal and team success over, as we just stated, the next 6-8 months before this all comes to a conclusion in May?
I'd love for me and Deel to get a win this year. That'd be huge for us, and I just really love for us to win School of the Year. I think that'd be huge for my first year, and I think we could, if we do it this year, I think we can do it all 4 years of my college career. I think we've got the team, we've got the recruits coming in, and I feel like we really are building a dynasty here.
Jacob, last questions for you. We've got to ask it currently here. It's the beginning of October, several months in, not quite halfway through the race for 24-25 Bass Pro Shop School of the Year presented by Abu Garcia. To have an opportunity for y'all to chase down that very first title. At the end of the season, if Carson-Newman is there holding that trophy up for the very first time, as they've not yet claimed one or finished the season ranked number one, to be a part of that team, to be able to do it, walk me through a little bit of the emotions and what that moment might feel like.
I mean, I can only say so much about that emotion. It honestly would be a dream come true. We got weekly meetings every Wednesday with our coach and like as a team, and honestly, it's just we always talk about just going for that School of the Year and like how much it means to us as a team. And honestly, like the vibe I get this year sitting in the room with a group of guys like we have now, it's just you can almost feel like it's going to happen. Like everyone wants to work towards it, and it's just super exciting. And it's honestly just it gets me going just thinking about it, like holding that trophy up. And I think we have the effort, and I think we have the hard work, and we just got to keep grinding it out, see what happens for us.
That'll conclude our conversation with anglers from number one ranked Carson-Newman University. On the season, they've got 8,905 points. Those the anglers we just spoke with were Cason Price, Joe Vaulton, and Jacob Deel. Guys, thanks for taking the time to join us here today. We'll see you at Lake Darnell and throughout the rest of the season.
Yes, sir. We appreciate it.
Joe?
Everything looks good. I'm friggin' starving, man. Been spawning all morning.
Ugh, TMI, bro. What do you want?
I'll take a Crush City freeloader and gizzard shad.
Anything to drink.
Water.
Pull ahead, please. Welcome to Minnow King.
We're gonna have what he's had.
Yeah, throw me in a Ned BLT, too.
Pull ahead, please.
Calm down, quit feeding him so much.
Oh, yeah, man, I'm trying to, man. If you
If you overfeed him, he's gonna hide under a log.